Today we're going to be looking at the Schwalbe Marathon Plus tyres, which are an absolute pig to get onto the rims. So I've fit the two onto here. It's taken quite a bit of time to get on. I do need to take this tyre off because it seems to have a little bit of an egg in the side wall. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take this off, look at the different tools that we can use to take this off with, give you guys a bit of an evaluation of the different tools that there are out there. So if you had to do this on the side of the road, how feasible is it? I really wouldn't want to do this on the side of the road if I had the choice. Hopefully that's not something which I will need to do, because these are not supposed to puncture very easily. However, there will be times when we need to take it off, so we'll have a little look at the different things that we can use, and I'll give you a bit of a rating for them. Then the next video will be me putting the new tyre on. This one's like new, as in it's not been used, but I'm going to put another one back on, and then also go through some of the tools that I'll be using to get it back on, and we'll discuss the different ones and which one I think you should get and carry, because yeah, I've tried a few different things for this, and yeah, hopefully share that with you guys. I've seen things on YouTube already where people are putting those zip ties and then trying to get the tyre on, stop it from popping off. I wouldn't really say that's that's a practical approach when you're out and about. But yeah, let's get into it. So first thing, let's get this deflated. It's not got much air in it actually anyway. I've taken most of the air out. Here we go. This is a 700 by 25C, so thin. So the original tyres that I had on here, I mean, there's nothing wrong with these tyres. I just decided to change them out for these ones because last week I was out about 2 miles away from home and got a flat, and I didn't have any of my stuff with me. It's a schoolboy error, and so I've decided to upgrade to these tyres, and hopefully means that I'm not having to limp my bike home. These were Bontrager Select Bs. I mean, like semi-slicks. Nice tyre, rolls quite well. Right, okay, so some of the tools that we have as options. Let's have a little look. Let's bring them to you. So I've got the standard tyre lever. This is by Topeak. It's like 2-in-1, kind of a pretty little handy thing. I mean, for a standard tyre, absolutely fine. These would get them off in no time. These tyres, they are so stiff, and they're so hard to get on. The other tyre levers that I've got, the ones by Park Tool. Picked up this Tyre Monkey. Had a little look at that. Not 100% convinced on that one yet. Where's the there we go, got one that looks like this. That's called a tyre glider. I'll put links in the description afterwards. And then you might have seen people go on about these things, these pliers. Again, I'll talk about that in a bit more detail. Right, firstly then, this one, to try and get the tyre off with this, it was quite difficult because this plastic is quite thick, and to get it underneath the rim underneath the rim of the tyre and really pull them out. It just really feels like you can't get that leverage. And actually, you might notice that lost a little bit off the end of it, and that was just because of these tyres. Really hard to get off. The original tyres that were on the bike was super easy. This would have worked absolutely fine. But on the side of the road, if you're going to try and take them off, you're going to struggle with these. And that goes for those as well. Again, standard tyres be fine, but they're just that little bit too thick to be able to get underneath the tyre to pop it off. Some people might have had better success than I have, but would I carry these if I've got those on? Probably not. Incidentally, I've also got a little kit from Brompton. This kind of goes into my Brompton, and it's a good kit to carry. One of the really good things about this, actually, and as a tyre lever that I would recommend actually, is this Brompton one, because it's got these, and these are just absolutely brilliant. They come apart, but they're thin and they are strong, and they are very good at getting underneath in and amongst the side here and helping to pull that out. That's the tyre lever that I would recommend. So yeah, it's a bit of a pricey option, but because I've got a Brompton, it's a nice little kit anyway to keep with my Brompton. But then if I'm going to be riding out with this bike, then I can just at least take the tyre levers out. What you've got in here is, there's a spanner and a few little bits in there, and a little space to keep a couple of patches, which is handy. And like I said, this disappears into the frame of the Brompton, so you almost forget it's there really until you need it, and then you know it's handy. But tyre levers, tyre lever on this tyre glider, the idea is that you're supposed to put this into here and then pop it out, but it's so wide, it's really difficult to get underneath and to get that leverage. Again, other people might have had better experience with it, but I wouldn't use that to take that tyre off. Again, it might be all right for the easier to remove tyres. And they've got the tyre monkey, similar kind of thing. You get underneath and then pull it up. Again, I'm not 100% convinced that that's going to take that tyre off. And then you have the old pliers. As you can see, yeah, that didn't pan out so well. They snapped on me, which is probably not what you would want, because they've got a weak point actually in its design. So if there's excess pressure there, then all that's going to happen is that's going to come off, and then you've got a pretty useless piece of plastic. I got one use out of these, and it seemed like it was the right, a good tool. The downside of this is they're pretty big, so you try and put that in the back of your jersey, it's just going to be sticking out. You try and put it in a little saddle bag. You've got to have quite a big saddle bag to put this in. So yeah, I'm not sure I would want to carry that. And also, having seen it fail, I don't think I'd buy another one. I don't think it's worth the risk and obviously the space that it takes. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use these levers, take the tyre off. Maybe you can have a quick watch of how easy it is. And it's not easy to take these tyres off. I'm not going to try and pretend that it is. But what I have found is it's been easier to do with these. I suppose if you're on a budget, I mean, what I'll do is I'll give these a go. I'll show you if I can manage to get it off. There's a possibility. I mean, I might be able to get them off with it. Yeah, so what I find is just try and get underneath the bead on here. It's actually really quite difficult because it just keeps popping back out again. see if I can show you that. To get under there and then it like slips back out. Yeah, so that's I'm going to give up on that because I've had this game already and I didn't enjoy it. Show you these Park Tool ones. Again, for standard tyres, anything other than these Marathon Pluses, I'd say, yeah, these would work fine. I've used them to take off those tyres before and it's been absolutely no problem at all. But it just feels like it just doesn't want to get underneath because it's just, the plastic's just too thick and it doesn't fit so well. So again, I'm going to give up on this. I'm not going to waste your time watching the video seeing me struggle. Right, so we've got two parts on here. We've got the one which has got the little hook that you can then hook onto the spoke to keep, and then you can work your way around with the other tool. So very standard to what you would see with a normal one, but just thinner and stronger. As you can see, sort of that's got under really nicely. So let's just stick that into there. And again, another nice little thin piece. Let's see if we can get that started. See, I'm struggling to get this this bead to just pop. It's really, really tight. They're so stiff, these tyres. There we go, we're getting somewhere now. There we go. Nice little thing about these actually as well, it's got a little magnet in them, and when you put it together, it just sort of like clicks into place. So they don't take a lot of space at all in your bag or in your jersey pocket. Lightweight, very, very strong. They're not flexing at all. Right, here we go. See the inner tube. Let's take that off. So at this point, normally a tyre would be pretty easy just to pull off. You can see I'm really going at it and it's just not coming off easily. So it kind of gives you a bit of an idea of how tight this is and how little stretch you can get to put this back on again. So what we've done today is we've taken it off. I'm going to now just use these levers again just to pop this over the top of here. And then that just make life a little bit easier. There we go, so there, that wasn't too bad now. Right, so that tire's off. I have got another one of these. I'm going to be putting that onto this rim. We'll talk a little bit about punctures as well, and I'll show you what I use for puncture repairs. Right, that's us for this video. The next video we'll be putting the tyre on, and then also actually getting that tyre onto here. It's so tight, but there is a tool out of the ones that I've shown you today which I would recommend, and I'll go through that in just a moment.